Your hard-earned nest egg, you've invested so much time and effort into building it. Now the time is to focus on protecting it. But have you considered how the fees you pay your financial advisor could really impact those savings in the long run? Joining me now is Ed Wright, a partner at Golden Reserve, a Cincinnati area financial retirement planning firm. And Ed, thanks so much for being here. Another really important topic. From your perspective, do people really have a grasp on the full impact of the fees that they're paying their financial advisor?
Absolutely not. I mean, if you ask a person, like, what did you pay to your advisor and the investment managers that you have down to the dollar last year?
They have no idea.
They have no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, my wife knows what our budget is. There's apps that tell us,
yeah,
but the industry is not telling folks what they're paying, and we think that's crazy.
Well, in simple terms, what are the fees actually covering?
Yeah, so there's two types of fees that kind of fall in two different categories. Mm-hmm. Advisory fees, that's the fee that you pay to the advisor to give you the advice and the guidance to help you pick some investments. The investment fees are those built-in fees that the investment managers mm-hmm. take right off the top. And a lot of times they're hidden. Without a tool, you have no idea what they cost.
Well, and a lot of times you don't even know to ask them about those things.
Yeah, absolutely.
So over the span of maybe a multi-decade retirement, how can fees really start to add up?
Yeah, so if you think about, let's say I'm paying an advisor, it's pretty standard in the industry to be at 1%, mm-hmm. and I've got $1 million. I'm paying $10,000 a year for that advice and guidance. And then they help me pick some investments that also charge 1% and that built-in fee. Right. That's another $10K, $20,000 a year. 2% doesn't sound like a lot, but when you think about it over a long period of time, I mean, a 20-year retirement, that's $400,000 that's coming out of your account and going into the pocket of the advisor and the investment manager. If the 30-year retirement, you're looking at $600,000 can come out of this account for your advisor and the investment managers.
Boy, that's a lot of money. And I guess the thing is, how should someone approach, this is an uncomfortable topic many times about these financial fees, and how do you approach your advisor about this?
Yeah, I mean, you're paying the fee, right? So we would suggest ask your advisor, like, what am I paying you? What am I paying these investment managers that we've chosen? What is this costing me? Right? It's a pretty direct conversation, but we understand it. It can be awkward.
Yeah, a little bit. So, but it is your money, so that's why you definitely want to ask. Well, in what ways does your fee analysis offer maybe a clearer picture of what's involved?
Right. For a lot of folks, the thought of walking into their advisor's office and asking, like, what am I paying you is unsettling.
Yeah.
So we will run, for folks that want one, our fee analysis. And we're able to look at their statements. We're able to run all of their investments through our software, and we can give them a clear picture down to the penny. This is what you paid last year. So then they can decide for themselves, am I getting that level of service? Or should I be looking at something different? So
you don't have to have that uncomfortable conversation.
Yeah, if you don't want to.
Okay. Well, when zooming out on the retirement planning process, Ed, how can your retirement roadmap really help? Yeah,
so for folks that want one, we will run what we call as our roadmap for retirement. Mm-hmm. Of course, that fee analysis is a big part of that. We'll run that, but there's also other tools that we include. We have a tax plan to help folks know when to take money out of their accounts to make sure they're paying the least amount of tax possible. There's a market report that tells them how much risk they're taking so they can decide if they need to make adjustments there. And there's long-term care tools that can show them how to protect themselves at the end of retirement from the nursing home, assisted living, whatever it is. And then there's also an income forecast. So we can see, how am I going to be getting these payments to me in retirement, and what's that going to do to my balance over a period of time?
Sounds like you have all the bases covered.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thanks a lot, Ed. And for you at home, if you want to learn how to cut your fees in retirement, Ed has a great offer for you. Right now, for the first 5 callers with a portfolio of $500,000 or greater, he's offering this complimentary roadmap for retirement. Now, this is going to allow Ed's team of retirement planners to create your tax plan, fee analysis, long-term care plan, market report, and income forecast. And they're going to do all of this work for no charge or obligation. It's just that important. Call 513-912-4335. Again, that number is 513-912-4335.